Hey guys, wanted to make one more for today. Just wanted to explain real quick that a lot of these things that I'm trying to explain through YouTube, through trying to reach people, I'm using the Bible. You know what I'm saying? Not my opinion on anything, just the Bible giving you verses, and you be the one to decide. But pride, pride is a blinder. A prideful person was presented with new information, even though the information is logical, even though it makes sense, they will willfully be blinded to that. They'll choose not to accept it. They'll say, I don't care. I don't care that new information you're presenting me with. Yeah, it's logical. It seems correct, but I can't trust that. You know what I'm saying? That's what they're pretty much saying. They rather stay willfully ignorant. They're choosing to be that way. Many people are. And it's amazing, you know. I think for me, honestly, before I got saved, I never understood the Bible. I couldn't understand it. You know, I saw contradictions everywhere. I had to really learn the language of the King James Version Bible. Didn't understand the language, and again, I didn't really believe it. I believed in God. I knew God existed. You know, I believed in Jesus. I believed what he did on the cross. But other than that, I still didn't understand exactly what he did. You see what I'm saying? And many people don't. They're just going along with the crowd. And again, when presented with new information, instead of just being honest and saying, well, you know what, I never really understood the gospel. I never really understood the Bible. I'm open to hearing some new information. Many people close themselves off to it. You know, many people choose willfully, hey, I'm not going to listen to any more new information. I think everyone else is a liar, you know, and I'm correct. Or what I've been taught by my mom and dad or grandma and grandpa or my pastor is correct. It's very dangerous. Now you are literally putting your life in another man's hands, and you're hoping that preacher taught you correctly. Why would you do that? See what I'm saying? Why would you do that? I'm not even telling people to put their lives in my hands. Go by the Bible. Test what I'm saying. Prove all things as God tells us to do from the Bible. Prove what I'm saying is correct. Are my words, are these my words or are they God's words? See what I'm saying? I'm telling you God's words. I never, you know, came up with this or anything like that. So that's really just what I wanted to explain. How you doing? So definitely don't be, you know, try to take away all your preconceived notions, things that you've believed in the past, and just be more open to new information. You don't have to believe it just yet. See if it's correct. If it's correct, you should believe it. If it's right there from the Bible, you should believe it. Why would you willfully stay ignorant? How you doing? So, you know, go from the Bible, not from what some pastor tells you. You know, the things we think of and how we think, God is different. He doesn't think like us. His ways are not our ways. He truly does forgive people. He truly does love us. You know, well, has loved us. But his ways are not our ways. His thoughts are not our thoughts. So how you look at the world, how you think of justice is not the same. God's justice is completely different than yours. I mean, think about it. In our minds, we say, oh, well, a thief, we either, you know, make him pay the fine or they, you know, he goes to jail, whatever, but he gets out, right? Do you realize in God's eyes, one sin, you're going to hell for all eternity? That's how God judged us. One sin, just one. That's it. And people say, oh, well, as long as you don't commit the action. No. When Jesus came to the earth, he even took the laws that were given to them before, and he made it even higher. He talked to them. He's like, if you lust after a woman, if you hate your brother in your heart. He talked about sins that weren't even physical, that you weren't even doing these sins. These are just thoughts in your head. He said that is enough to send you to hell. Just the thought. You don't even have to do the action. How can you escape that? We've all thought sinful thoughts, right? How can you escape? You can't. You can't do the law. You know what I'm saying? That's what Jesus was telling people. You can't do the law, only I can. You know what I'm saying? That only he could fulfill it. He's God. We're not. We're just men, sinful, corrupt men. So, I mean, again, pride is just, it's a killer. It blinds you. It's like you're literally blind. I mean, blind people can't see. You know what I'm saying? That's what pride does. You can't see the truth that's right in front of you. And most of the time, it's yourself blocking. You're blocking the truth. You might see it. Somebody might present it to you, and it seems logical. I've literally presented this information to a friend of mine and completely agreed with how I explained it to them, but they didn't care. To them, they're like, I understand, you actually make it make sense, but they just couldn't believe him. And I asked them, I said, so what you believe, does that make sense to you logically? And even after hearing my position, they agreed with me. It doesn't make sense logically, but they choose to believe in it no matter what. They're like, yeah, I don't understand the logic of it, but I believe it. God doesn't want you to believe that way. He has made it to where you can understand logically. You completely can understand the Bible. You can prove all things from the Bible. If you are ever in a situation, the only thing that we don't understand is what's going to happen after the millennium. After, what are we going to be doing for all eternity? Yeah, we don't know these things. We really don't know. We don't know in detail. We haven't been given an eternity Bible yet. You know what I'm saying? Probably won't ever need one when you get to heaven. He'll just tell you face to face. But until then, everything is in the Bible. You can prove all things from that Bible. The person that tells you you can't, you need to stay away from them. That's somebody that is ignorant and willfully ignorant. Some people, it's unintentional. Some people, just don't understand. But some people are just willfully ignorant. Even after you explain something to them, it doesn't matter to them. They like their belief. That's all it is. They like their traditions. That's just what it comes down to. They like their traditions. Their traditions are, more acceptable to them than their own truth. They prefer a lie. Even if you can prove that it's a lie with logic, they don't care. And then many of them, sadly, man, I talked to a friend and I asked him, can you just let it all go and just trust Jesus? Just trust him for your salvation. And he pretty much confirmed to me that no, he can't. He believes he has to do something. That is the separation. That is what shows you someone that doesn't believe. When you can really think hard to yourself and say, can I trust Jesus Christ that he saved me? Can I trust him? If you say to yourself, I just feel like I got to do something. I feel like it's on me. It's on me. Then you don't believe. You're not saved. That's just it. You're not saved. Because in your heart, truthfully, you don't believe, right? Now, can someone believe the truth and then get messed up and turned around years later and change their thoughts? Yeah, I think there's many people like that, but we don't know. But from what I understand, most people tell you, they can tell you what they really believe. I mean, just ask anybody. Just say, hey, you believe you're saved? Yeah, I believe I'm saved. They'll tell you that. And then, okay, you explain to them, all right, a week from now, you turn to a Satanist. You start to worship Satan now. Do you still think you're saved? You know what most average people will say? Nope, I'm not saved anymore. I just lost it. And it's like, the correct answer is no, you're still saved. That was it. You were saved the moment you believed. That's the truth. God can't break his promise. So yeah, you may be willfully worshiping Satan now, which is wrong. You don't need to be doing that. You're supposed to be doing good works, right? But God's not going to break his promise. He saved you. That's it. But many people can't understand that because they look at God. They're like, well, I think God thinks like me because that's how I think. If you say you're my friend today and a week from now you stop being my friend, then we're no longer friends. That's the average human intellect. That's how we think. You see what I'm saying? We think as long as you stay on my side, I'll keep my promises. No, God keeps his promises right now in this dispensation, no matter what. Unless he specifically tells you, like for example, the blasphemy of the Holy Ghost, unless he tells you, hey, you do this, you're done. Unless he says that, that's different. But right now, he hasn't said that. Right now, we're under grace. We're not under law anymore. Grace is grace. That's it. Infinite grace. Until the church is taken out of here. Till you're in the body of Christ. Until you're removed from this earth. It's all grace. That's it. He's going to keep his promises. Where sin abounds, grace abounds much greater. That's it. I mean, he's not going to break his promise. It's not even breaking his promise. If you're under law, it's not breaking a promise. It's a condition. See what I'm saying? So the point is God never breaks his promises. But if you're under law, those aren't promises. Those are conditions. As long as you do this, I'll do this. You see what I'm saying? We're not under conditions today. Today it's a promise that will be kept no matter what, because he's God and he's perfect. He's not like you. You break your promises. God doesn't. We are always under condition. We always put conditions on people, even on ourselves. But I just want to make that video discussing what pride does to you. And pride is a blinder. Don't let it blind you from the truth. Keep yourself open to hearing new information. I'm very open to hearing new information. If I'm wrong and you can prove from the Bible I'm wrong, I'll accept it. Change my belief immediately. But if you can't prove from the Bible that I'm wrong, if you're assuming or saying I don't think God acts like that, I'm not going to listen to you, because I don't care about what you think. I care about what God says, not man. All right. You guys have a great day. Bye.